What's up, everyone? It's me, Adam Prime, and we are back for another SODO set, and this is the SODO Chronicle. It says there's 12 pieces. You got Bandai. Why is Bandai credited on here twice? Just kind of a black box. And it is a SODO Chronicling Drive, and I'm very excited for this. SODO Chronicle is something that we've gotten many of. We've even gotten Gaim. Sadly, I was not into SODO when they were doing Gaim, or I probably would have bought that. Um, but we got them now in. I think they're doing Gaim actually in Shoto, so that's pretty cool. And if I remember correctly, there was Kamen Rider Drive Shoto, but it was like early Shoto, not Shoto Double X or Double Cross. I don't remember which one that's actually called. Yeah, that's. I'm not gonna lie, these figures can be kind of confusing because this is Shoto. No, this is SODO, not Shodo. Why did they name them so close to each other? That's my question. But we got Drive and we got Drive Type Speed, and I'm very excited for these. This is one of the earliest shows that I've watched, which I probably said in my Drive Driver video. And these are some of my favorite designs. Like, I think these look so good and so cool, but it still feels very Kamen Rider. So I can't wait to just build these guys up. Like, I've been looking forward to it. And next up, we obviously get Mach, or Maha. If you call him Maha, you're being a weeb, though. His name is Mach. Like, I will never forget the first episode he debuted in, because I don't know. I don't know how anyone's supposed to react to that, because it was a moment. It was a moment, and nobody will forget it. And you either loved it or you hated it. I'm in the camp that loved it. I'm just banging the box together just to show that, like, how much emotion it's giving me. All this stuff. You get this stuff. You get a scarf. And I do like that they actually have you be able to flip open his helmet. I think that's really cool. So yeah, we got Mach. And next up, one of the most anticipated for me personally, we got Machine Chaser, but you probably heard all my love for this guy in my Brake Gunner video. Am I keeping plugging videos? Yes, because YouTube, honestly, I barely do it, so I gotta do it somehow. But yeah, he looks super good, and I know in Shoto 2, which I sadly missed pre-orders out on, in Chronicle 2, we are getting Kamen Rider Chaser, so that's pretty cool. He does not come with the Brake Gunner, actually. That's in an accessory box, but we will get to that in a little bit. But I'm very excited. Next up, one that I wish they gave us an extra of, but didn't, we get Drive Type Dead Heat. And it does look cool. I really do like how this is turning out to look. But I do wish they gave us this. And I kind of wish we would have gotten Technic or Wild if we were going to get one of his other forms. But when we get to the accessory boxes, I kind of get it. But I still kind of wish they would have done it. And last up, we got the accessory boxes, which we have a bunch of tires and Drive's main gears. You got the handle sword, you got the handle Ken, or whatever you want to call it, the door gun or the Dorju, you got the Midnight Shadow tire, you got the funky spike tire, you get Rumble Dump. I don't care how many times I'm going to cover Drive stuff saying Rumble Dump is fun. Is it funny? Actually, yes. And then you get Spin Mixer. So yeah, honestly, it's just a bunch of fun tires, which is cool. And then we get this pretty much everyone else's accessory box set. You get you get parts to make Mach Dead Heat, you get the Brake Gunner, and you get the Zenrin Shooter, you get the Max Flare Tire, which I'm surprised isn't in this box, and you put Rumble Dump or something in this box, or Spin Mixer. Does it really matter which one you put in this box? Because, like, that is one of Drive's, like, main tires. So I could see somebody wanting to get this one because they want a bunch of tires, but maybe they would still want Max Flare. I don't know. But you get the Zenrin Shooter, you get Mach's Driver with the Dead Heat thing, you get his crotch. You need his crotch and his wrist, because obviously he does not have the shift brace. So yeah, and there you go. You also get a second type speed, because I don't know, why not? And I honestly don't mind this either, because I do want to display him with some tires, but I also want you know, a regular one. So I kind of see the point of why giving you an extra one of these. So I'm not mad. I just want more. So it's just going to get me to buy more SODO. But I'm going to have to look in the wild. So it's going to be harder. But I can technically live without it. Because I guess canonically there should only be one dead heat anyway. But it looks nice to have them next to each other on a shelf, okay? It's a fun thing to do. But that's pretty much it. I'm excited to build. And here is SODO Chronicle Drive all built up, and we have all the figures you could build. I have the other type speed with some of the accessories you get in the box, but we also have a couple others. But we have all of them all nice and built up, and these stickers were not terrible on these guys. We are going to take a look at, obviously, type speed first, and just so I don't have to take this one off, just so we could take a look at the actual type speed tire, which obviously came with this one. It's actually like a squishy kind of rubbery kind of thing, and this half has actual paint. This half is a sticker. You can kind of tell, but you know, at least it has a complete red ring around it, and he obviously does have that. Ooh, my belt is peeling. Don't know why that happened. But there were not that many stickers. Like, all of this red, for the most part, is paint. Like, the helmet had a few stickers. You had these, like, black ones. And, like, obviously the R and, like, the racing stripes. But the red and a lot of the silver, like that blue, was all paint. And these guys turned out great. These knee pads are stickers, but all this red, except for, I think, this back part of the feet. And the back looks amazing, because I always love Drive's designs, because it's funny that his back looks like the underneath of a car. You got the light, you got like the under engine-y bits, so like there being nothing really back here is kind of on point. And just to get into articulation, you do have a head ball joint and a neck ball joint, so he has all sorts of movement. There you go. I guess you can see it. You can do that. So you can just pop that back on, and even though there's the tire, you can still move both arms 10360. He has a 90-degree elbow. Ooh, that was my bad. Being a little rough on the sticker. You can have a bicep swivel, which I think you can actually just pop it. No, but you can pop the arm off, and that's how the arm joints work, so you kind of get like a butterfly joint if you really want to. You can get those good punches. He also, this is new for these figures, he has like a waist ball joint. Like, if you can rip him in half, you can see there's like a little ball joint and a little hole. So like he has like kind of an ab crunch, while also being able to move side to side, which is kind of cool, but you can scrunch that all down, and he can get some pretty good poses. And you obviously have the legs, which can move out that much, can move back that much, over 90 degrees in the knees, kick that, so you can actually, or you can rip it off. I guess if you really want to slide it down, or if you really want to get some like wide stances, which you're gonna probably, see, you're gonna have to move that. If you really want to get like the widest stance that Drive could do, which is that. Cool. And so there you go. You got his driver, he has the shift car holder on his waist, and I just think he looks super good. I'm glad and I'm happy with how Drive turned out. There's really, like, all of these figures actually didn't even have that much stickers. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. Mach was probably the worst, with Dead Heat being next to it. And we have a couple other hands, which we have his base. We got him with a shift car holding hand. We got him with some, like, he has, I guess let's change out his hand. Let's give him one of the accessories, which comes in the accessory box. Let's give him, and these rubbery hands, they're kind of rubbery, they're kind of pliable, are meant to be used for when you want him to hold the weapons. This is the, like, his steering sword or handle Ken, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call it the handle Ken, which actually does have a moving steering wheel. All of this is stickers, but honestly, that's fine. But if you want to just pop off his fist, and I think it will be easier to just preemptively just wrap his hand around it, and you can do that, and then you can pop it into his hand, and you get that going there. Get the stickers back down, and yeah, so you can like have him turning it, you can have him like bopping it. But he looks pretty good with his weapons, and he obviously comes with like some posing hands. He has relaxed hands. So yeah, those are pretty much all his hands. And that's pretty much drive type speed. I really do like this figure. And let's just get into the accessories that come with him, that like are for him, like these other tires, because we do get ones like for spin mixer, which looks pretty cool. You get the little cement things. We also get funky spike, which I have on him, and technically it's quote unquote not accurate because one, he still has shift speed, and two, he still has the S, but it does give you stickers for all of the shift cars and all of them to be put into the shift brace down here. So we also have Midnight Shadow, which is like the shuriken looking one. We also have Rumble Dump, which, ooh, God, stickers are popping off. I don't know why. And there you go. And it's this yellow one, and it obviously comes with the drill piece. And I actually do have the Tire Kokon series version of this tire. So, yeah. The drill doesn't spin on this one, but it's kind of small, so why do you expect it? And in the alternate part set, we also have Max Flare, which also gives you alternative signals for Mach, and even to put them in the Mach driver. And we also get all of Mach's signals, because we have two little Mach signals. We'll get to those in a second. But we also get the door gun, which I have this type speed holding, which it can actually open up and is made out of clear plastic, which is really cool. The only thing is it kind of pops off a little easy, so I'd be careful. But like, it doesn't feel like it's gonna break. And another warning, because let's change out the tire. I'll show you how to change out the tires. You pop it off. You pop each of these bits off. And then a little bit of warning, it will scuff up the stickers. That's why I'm not going to be taking the tire off this one ever again. It gets covered up by the tire, so it doesn't really matter. But like, it's definitely scuffed up the sticker from me changing it a couple times. So let's give it a Max Flare. And all of them will look the same, so like, I'm not going to show all of them off because it's not like it adds any effect unless you really want to give him, which I don't know why, because this is like a type wild tire, so I don't know why we got it. Maybe it's just because it's one that he used in the early part of the series, but I'm going to give him the iconic Max Flare, and you just line it up, and it's right there, and it's pretty easy to actually maneuver around, and you can still get some pretty cool poses, and there you go. You got the change to the Max Flare tire. But yeah, all the other tires are actually kind of cool. I'm always kind of debating on which one I do want to have displayed. Like, I like the Midnight Shadow one. Got the Spin Mixer. So yeah, you got a lot of tires. And you could technically put it on Dead Heat as well. But like I said, I really don't want to be scuffing up the stickers too bad on my other figures. So I'm just going to do it on my spare type speed. Which, let's get into Mach just for the fun of it. And Mach looks really good. Pretty much all the same articulation as Drive, so I'm not going to go over it again. He has a posy hand. He has obviously his different driver, and one of my favorite features, though, he does have his helmet being able to be flipped up, And I love that detail. It's one of my favorite details. So you can actually have him holding it up, like, if you want. He even has his little scarf, which you can move around. And you have his little signal on here. And if you want to change it out, you gotta just pop the shoulder pad off and just put it back on when you're done. And you take this little middle piece, you take the white piece, you can pop it off, and then you can put one of these other signals right in there. I'm gonna put stop because why not? And you pop it back on, and you have him with a new signal. Let's change out his hands because he has an accessory that he could very much be using, and we'll go over his hands as I change it. He has the same like grippy, kind of soft grippy hands. So let's take a look at his other hands. We obviously have closed fists. We got an open hand. We got another posy finger hands. And we have another gripping one, along with the signal bike little holding hand. So we also get in the accessories. He does not come with this regularly, but we got his Zenrin shooter. So we can just squeeze it in his hands. Like I said, I think it's easier to just do it while it's not attached, because like these stretchy hands are kind of a pain in the butt. But he looks pretty good with his weapons. I don't know if I'm gonna like always have him with a signal, but he looks pretty good. And you can even have him have his driver, like he's ready to hit the button so he can make people stop. But yeah, I think he looks pretty good. He had a lot of stickers, like all of the black on like his chest and his arms were stickers. I think even the scarf was stickers, but like this like mask part was paint, which was cool. And overall, I think he looks really good. I'm gonna save him for last. He is going last because I say so. So we have Dead Heat Drive, and I like Dead Heat. Dead Heat's a really weird form for me because it's like one of Mach's only actual power-ups in the series, while Drive got more, but it's a form that I don't think looks as good on Mach as it did Drive initially. But we have him here. I have him with a shift car holding hand. And let's take a look at his hands real quick. We got some grabby hands. We got some closed fists. We just got some splayed hands, grabby hands. But there you go. You also have it saying Kamen Rider Drive type Dead Heat. And there you go. And he looks pretty good. You have Mach's face just staring right back at you. But overall, I do think the head looks pretty good. Overall, you can actually pop this off. But that's because you are able to, and let's just, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just change him into, oh, wait, I need to pop these off the ball joint. Let's turn him into Mach Dead Heat Mach, I think is his name. So, you pop the head on here. You get this alternate crotch. You get, and yeah, here we go. He even comes with his own little wrist piece to change that out. And now we have Dead Heat Mach. Again, all the articulation's the same. It's super funny because, like, all of this, like, the legs are just Mach's legs, and the arms are just Mach's arms, but now they added this piece that can pop on and off. Like, that's the difference. But overall, I think even the Mach head looks pretty good. Like, it has decent paint. This part was a sticker, but it still looks pretty good. And overall, I don't know. I'm not sure who I'm going to display it as. But overall, I think it is a good figure. but I don't know if it's as cool as the other ones. But I saved my favorite for last. Machine Chaser had so little stickers. His head, outside of like a few little greeblies on the back, is fully painted. Like the front, fully painted, looks so good. Shoulder pad has paint. Like, I think it's mostly on the back. Yeah, like, and his arms are where his stickers are. There was so little. You get all this beautiful silver paint. You got a sticker right there on the back. Got all his tubes, but it really doesn't hinder any of his articulation, which is great. And you get some nice hands. You get his open hands, and you also get grabby hands and punchy hands. And you can't have him. This was in an accessory box, but you can't have him without his brake gunner. So let's reunite him with it. We've changed out a lot of accessories. You can get him in a pose like he's gonna change modes or whatever, or transforming, you know. He looks great, and I love that he has all the same articulation, and just he looks so good. I'm so happy with this figure. Like, he's one of the main reasons I wanted this set, and he was going to be my favorite no matter what. And I think he looks great. You even get his own little logo and Machine Chaser, because he's technically not a rider yet. And yeah, I'm overall really happy with this set. But let's bring in some comparisons. I did bring up the Tire Kokon series, and yeah, they do not scale. This is like when Drive was out, and these are okay figures, but I do kind of like these guys more. But I do have him in my collection because I found him for cheap, and he would look cool. And the tires actually spun, which I found fun. Let's see, who else do we have? Let's bring in a Yudo figure. And yeah, you can see Yudo figures are definitely bigger, especially if you put them on their base. They're like a head taller. But if we want to bring in another SODO figure, which obviously they're going to scale perfectly well with Geets. We got Geets. Showing some SODO love, we got Kuga. And we're going to bring in like a 4-inch Spider-Man. So yeah, they definitely don't scale with these guys. We also got Fangor, because why not? You know? Just if you want some monsters for your riders to fight. I don't know why. I always think Masters of the Universe can work with pairing up with riders for some reason. I don't know why. I always do it. And for fun, we got Ava Frame. But there we go. That's all the comparisons. And what is your guys' favorite figure? Overall, I actually love this set. Drive is one of my favorite designs, so I am very much biased, but I think that these figures look super good. Very little stickers. Like, I'm not shocked that Machine Chaser is my favorite, but I can't believe how much I actually do love all 4 of these figures. Like, I love the ability to change tires. Like, I love that this tire has actually little stickers to indicate the little flaps that are pulled up right now. Like, I think that's really cool, and it's really simple to do, and it looks really nice, and you can get, like, his pose ability and get... It's great. Overall, I can recommend any figure in this set, or pick up the whole set. Like I said, I used the extra one so I could use some of the tires, because... I don't know, using tires would have been cool. It would have been nice to be able to have both dead heats, but that's, you know, it's kind of hard to do without, you know, getting doubles of something. So, who knows? Who knows what other sets we're going to get down the line. I do know that there is a set 2, but I sadly have not been able to pre-order it, so I will see if I can get my hands on that when it gets released, but I'm going to have to wait and see. So, what do you guys think? Who is your favorite figure in this lineup? Overall, who are you hoping will get in later sets? I know Chaser, and I think one of Mock's power-ups and I want to say Technic or Wild. I can't remember. I know Trideron. It's Trideron. I think that's in Yudo too. So I don't know. We're gonna have to see who else they're gonna do. I would love to see the rest of Drive covered because I love what they're doing with these right now. But I do think Drive did have SODO, so if you wanted no stickers at all and a little bit of a smaller scale, you could go try to track down the old SODO Drive stuff. I do know they did do that, but like Mach didn't have the flippable face mask, if I remember correctly, which honestly, I love that detail and I want that detail in a figure, so that's ultimately why I chose to stick with these. So I don't think I'm going to be looking for SODO Drive. But I might end up doing it anyway because it will scale with other stuff. So you never know. Maybe I'll cover those if I can ever find them. But thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me your guys' thoughts down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until whatever I do next. Bye-bye!